Today, we're taking a tour of maybe the most complex thing we know of, your brain. You've probably heard this idea, but the real story is, well, way more interesting. Let's dig in.
So to really get the brain, we've got to zoom out a bit to the whole nervous system first.
Okay, so it all breaks down into two main parts, the central and the peripheral nervous systems.
A part of that, the autonomic system, kind of works on autopilot, and it has two opposing modes.
Think of it this way. Sympathetic is your fight-or-flight gas pedal. Parasympathetic is the brake.
All right, let's zoom back into the brain. We'll start with its major neighborhoods, or lobes.
Each lobe kind of has its own job, handling everything from planning and thinking to seeing and feeling.
Okay, to find our way around in there, we need a map key. Let's learn a few directional terms.
For us humans, it's pretty simple. Anterior just means front, and posterior means back.
Dorsal refers to an animal's back. That dorsal fin on a dolphin? Great way to remember it.
And the opposite of that is ventral, which is the underbelly. Yeah, these terms come from animal research.
Okay, now that we have our bearings, let's look at a really popular but flawed model of the brain. This is the Triune brain idea. It says our brain evolved in 3 layers, from basic instincts up.
But here's the thing, it's a huge oversimplification. Even the scientists who proposed it knew that.
Modern science paints a very different picture. Turns out there are no purely emotional circuits.
The reality? Thinking and feeling are totally tangled up. All the brain's regions are constantly chatting.
So let's take a simple example to see what this really looks like in action.
So just seeing a spider makes all 3 of those so-called layers light up and talk to each other instantly.
Thinking, feeling, instinct. It's not a sequence. It's one super fast, interconnected process.
So, why does any of this matter? What's the big takeaway here? Well, the 3-part model is a useful map for learning, but the real territory is way more dynamic.
And speaking of how things develop, the very last part of your brain to mature is right up front.
Yep, your prefrontal cortex, the part for planning and self-control, isn't done until you're about 27.
So that leaves us with this question. If our brain is one integrated system, what does that say about us?